Dear people of southern Cameroons, my dear brave warriors of the Amazonian Liberation Movement, accept liberation greetings from me, Comrade John Akuro, this day. Today is Sunday. On the Sunday is the 20th of July, 2025. I know that the time should be 8 p.m. Amber time, 8 p.m. on ground zero. And so I'm delighted to be part of this broadcast. That 8 p.m. is 3 p.m. in Eastern Time, where I am in the United States of America, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm extending regards to all our people, all the people of the Southern Cameroons, wherever they may be. Extending greetings to all the people of Amazonia, wherever they may be. I want to send special salutes to our people in Japan, particularly because we have a very wonderful community out there in Japan who are doing a great job, very great job. I want to extend special salutes to you all. Special salutes to the Amazonian community in Dubai. I know I'm getting the echoes. You guys too are not doing so badly, coming back up real strong. We have to continue organizing really strong. And of course, I want to extend hearty salutes to Southern Cameroonians in the whole continent, as in Western Europe. I know you are all mobilizing so seriously and doing a very great job. I really want to hail you for the efforts that you are putting in to make sure that we give our liberation movement a new flair. For all of us in Northern America, I know we are right now, returning to the drawing board, trying to do a good lot of things, trying to come back. To come back real strong and ensure that we will get, La République du Cameroon out of our territory at the appropriate moment. The tension in La République du Cameroon is growing and growing very strong. I bet you, things are moving too fast that before you turn around and hear it, you'll be thinking that you are current and you discover that you don't even have an idea exactly what is going on. There is so much going on there. I continue to be fed with this, with what is going on there on an almost hourly basis. I have a lot of work right now. That is why I'm not able to even come here, but there will be a moment where I'll be here on this platform at least twice a day because of the things that are happening. We have to stay mobilized, we have to stay strong, we have to stay focused. My dear people of Amazonia, if you know anyone who is backsliding, call them to come to the fray. Tell them that this is the time more than ever before. Tell them that fields are white and harvest is waiting. Tell them this is the moment everybody must be mobilized. This is the moment more than ever before that you need to fund this liberation movement. Don't say you have nowhere to put in finances to help us get La République du Cameroon out of our territory, to help us strengthen the civil society, to help us assist our prisoners of war, to help us assist our prisoners of conscience, to help us assist our internally displaced people so that they continue to stay strong, to help us galvanize the masses. Those of you who are handlers of the freedom fighters, those of them who are standing on the front lines, this is a time also for you to mobilize massively and ensure you are educating them on exactly how to mend their relations with the civilian population. That is my area of focus. So, folks, finance this liberation movement. I don't want to hear anybody say you didn't know where to go. If you look on the scroll down there, you will see finance your freedom. Either you use Zelle or PayPal. Zelle if you're in the United States, PayPal if you're out of the United States. Go to amberrelief2018 at gmail.com. This is not the only avenue where you can contribute. There are several other avenues being advertised to you out there. If you can't contribute here, contribute elsewhere. By all means, you should be contributing. Contribute every moment of your life. We have to work hard. We have to take advantage of this moment. We have to change the dynamics. And like I said before, if you are uncomfortable contributing on these platforms, reach out to me using the phone number you can see on the code that was a Financial Liberation Movement. And that number, as you can see, it's WhatsApp only. There are some of you, good number of you, who have already reached out and who are, taking steps to see how to help this liberation movement move forward. This is the time more than ever before, and we need it like we need oxygen. I've reminded us here every now and then that there is no place like home. We need to do everything to secure that place we call home, that we are sure that once we're in there, nobody will come and tell us that we are not wanted. This is something that we need to bear in mind. We have to stop being so contented with paper citizenship. I say it clearly, paper citizenships here and there, because we are seeing the trend in the world right now that more and more they are reminding you that that is temporal. Even that citizenship that you have, because it is paper citizenship, it is temporal. There's just one place where your citizenship will never be temporal, and that is home. That's why there is no place like home. That's why I keep insisting we must do the needful to make sure that we get back homeland. Folks, before we dive into the beef of our conversation today, I'd like us to consider this thought. This is the very bitter truth, like they say. Like this gentleman says, it is actually the bitter truth. Don't listen to every elder's advice. Even fools grow old. Growing old is a process. Growing wise is a choice. Did you get that again? Don't listen to every elder's advice. Even fools grow old. Growing old is a process. Growing wise is a choice. Listen, folks, I say this because in our communities, you have those folks who are moving around calling themselves our elite, who are members of the CPDM crime syndicate, moving around and trying to dangle their age and trying to display their age and saying they are elders, they have lived this thing, they have good experience, they know exactly what is going on. That's why they are telling the people, go and register and vote, go and do this. It's only through that vote. They don't tell you that even citizens of La République du Cameroon today have come to understand that no change. They will never get what they want through the ballot box. Even France, that's the colonial master of La République du Cameroon. The French media outlets are more and more on a daily basis reminding everyone that there is chaos right ahead in Cameroon. They themselves doubt that there will be any election. And I've shown you, citizens of La République du Cameroon are rising to the occasion and telling everyone that this is what they are up to. That this is what they are up to. See how they are ridiculing. See how they are mocking. See how they are trampling on this Sangobinata, this angel of Satan. And they are telling you that this is not what they are ready for. And then in the southern Cameroons, where we have gone through a lot of pain, where we have faced tribulation, humiliation, slavery, and servitude, people come and tell you that go and vote. And some of them have the guts, like some of these misguided lost souls, go and sit somewhere and they're saying, tell the president that we are solidly behind
behind the head of state. And we are very solid and firm behind the head of state.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I'm sure that
Ngaputs, all of them, nincompoops, all of these folks, take note of their faces, because we need to remind them tomorrow, remind their children, remind their children's children that this is who your parents were. That when people were fighting for what is right, they were fighting for their stomachs, they were fighting for crumbs. When people were fighting for a better country, they were doing everything to maintain us under slavery and servitude. Don't forget. Take note of their faces. That's why I'm playing it over and over and over. So don't let some gray fools come and try to make you think that because you see the color of this my hair like that is it's age and it's wisdom. No. Even fools grow old. Because growing old is a process. But acquiring wisdom is a choice. So you will know who to listen to and who not to listen to. Anyone who belongs to the CPDM crime syndicate has no story to tell you. None. I said they have no story to tell you. Anyone who is coming to you today telling you, you see, go and register for that election is this and that or not, that person falls in the same category. No story to tell you, nothing to tell you. Because there will be no elections in Ambazonia. There will be no elections in the southern Cameroons. I overheard the handlers of those who are fighting on the front lines saying that seemingly from mid-September to mid-October will be locked down in Ambazonia. That is literally going to be whole month long, one full month, because they don't want any campaigning in Ambazonia and they don't want any electioneering in Ambazonia. And because the people themselves have said so, that they don't want anything to do with La République du Cameroon. What they want is absolute independence. We should put this in our heads and be careful who you listen to, especially at this point in time. I am telling you, and I'll be showing you evidence on this platform daily, there is tension in La République du Cameroon. I mean, where the people of La République du Cameroon are, they may soon, a good lot of them, be running over to the southern Cameroons for safety, like they did in the late 50s, in the days of the Maquisards. Be very careful, especially to the people of the southern Cameroons who are still in the hinterlands of La République du Cameroon, especially in the center, south, and east. I have told you over and over, pack now and go home while you still have the chance to go sound and safe. Pack now and go back home while you still have the chance to go now sound and safe. Something happens to you tomorrow, don't say you have been abandoned. Don't say you have been trapped. Because I bet you, verily, verily, it's going to be more than you imagine. The echoes are all out there. There are those that are public. There are those that are not public. I get security reports on what's happening in La République du Cameroon. I bet you are saying now almost on an hourly basis. This is something you have to be very careful about. A lot of people are reaching out and saying, tell our people, especially the southern Cameroonians and Ambazonians who are in the hinterlands of La République du Cameroon, especially center, south, east, with the littoral, to leave in the hinterlands, especially those in the hinterlands, to leave, because you will soon be trapped. Don't say I didn't tell you. I want to extend greetings to this gentleman and accept greetings too from him. His name is René Claude Meka. That's the Army Chief of Staff of La République du Cameroon. I guess he's an 86-year-old gentleman who has been sitting there and commandeering the genocide that is ongoing in the southern Cameroons. A few days ago, his people, his establishments were inaugurating a bee camp in Balinyunga, and they were swearing that that was the last time you ever hear anything Amba or Ambazonia in Balinyunga. And so I decided to extend hearty salutes to General, whether it's Major General or General whatever, or General de Brigade or General de whatever, René Claude Meka this morning, Chief of Staff, and to let him know I was just passing quietly through Balinyunga on the 17th, that's 3 days ago, 17th of July, and I noticed that just days after the inauguration of that bee camp, almost 7 soldiers of La République du Cameroon lost their life to an IED attack. I say almost 7, eh? This happened just after they inaugurated the bee camp. It's been over 2, getting to 3 months that you heard about anything like that in Balinyunga. But as soon as they inaugurated the bee camp, this is what you are seeing here. This is what happened. The buffaloes of Bali got up back from sleep. And that is what you see there. This is a message. This message is clear, it's concise, and is distinct. A message to the apparatchiks of La République du Cameroon in our land. A message to the ailing Paul Biya. a message to Rene Clothmaker, a message to Dion Ngute, a message to Fortabe Tando, a message to Atanga Naponji, a message to Fru Jonathan Mojingni, a message to Fu Callistus Gentry, a message to Young Philemon, to all of them, to all those members, to Ngala Gerard, all those members of the CPDM crime syndicate, that no matter what you do, you will never be able to defeat the people in their land. First, you're fighting a war of blame. Secondly, they are in their land. Our people are in their land. You will never be able to defeat our people in their land. And don't forget the prophecy of Honorable Joseph Weber, that when the people will rise, La République du Cameroon will take even the French army and add to their own army, and they will not be able to overcome, to overpower the people of the southern Cameroons. This is what we are seeing on our territory. Unknown to those members of the CPDM crime syndicate and La République du Cameroon, the dynamics on the ground are changing too in the southern Cameroons, and changing too fast. Very soon, you will not know exactly that is the same place that has seemed calm in a few days. This is information I'm getting from the civilian population that are telling me the movements they are seeing give them to understand that the weeks ahead in the southern Cameroons will be extremely hot. My dear people of Amazonia, quit listening to demagogues. Quit listening to people who have sold their souls. I see Barrister Nkongo Felix Agbobala is on the rampage all over the place in Pidgin. He's even created a platform known as Agbobala Speaks. That's ABS. He's even everywhere. My country people, there, when I go read this town, there will be no election in the southern Cameroons. The people have volunteered since 2017 that they will stay home whenever there's an election in La République du Cameroun, because we are not part of La République du Cameroun. I hope this is not so difficult to understand. Absolutely not difficult. That's why I treat elections in La République du Cameroun here as foreign news, but foreign news that's connected, because it's not going to be easy there. We haven't seen this kind of drama before, but here it is unfolding. You have the CPDM party today presenting two candidates. Some may think that this is an arrangement. Some may even look at it as folklore. Some may say it is a joke and that this gentleman is just trying to position himself. He's just doing things like this so that at the end of the day, they will negotiate with him. He just wants gumbo. My dear people of Amazonia, even among the Bulu Ekangbeti, it is fire. The division is unimaginable. Don't forget that the two main warring clans right now are all Bulu Ekangbeti. The clan headed by Louis Paul Motaze and his team, and the clan headed by Ngongo Ferdinand and Chantal Biya. Louis Paul Motaze, with the director of the civil cabinet, they have their team and they are working, as I understand, in conjunction with Laurent Esso. While Ngongo Ferdinand and Chantal Biya have their own camp too. Atanga Ponji is in that camp. And so therefore, just among them, it is fire. Those who are saying that Paul Biya can no longer be candidate in the Bulu Ekangbeti clan because they know that a Paul Biya candidature inadvertently, indirectly, means a Ngongo Chantal ticket. They are determined it is not going to flow this time around. So this thing that you are seeing is not just, it doesn't fall from the blues. This gentleman you see here, Leon, he is that toad that is dancing on the road. The real drummers are in the bush. I'll be back here with more information on this tomorrow. But I assure you, Don't take anything for granted right now. Because first, you need to understand the dynamics. The text of the CPDM party are clear. A Congress has to be held to invest the candidate. Even the so-called notion of natural candidate doesn't mean that a party Congress will not hold. So according to the internal rules and regulations of the CPDM, the party has not met in its internal organs to officially mandate a candidate, meaning anyone can put his candidature. Meaning, and you didn't ask yourself, where did Lyon get the 30 million CFA francs to deposit there? And since he has been doing this, nobody has said anything to him. Nobody, they have not arrested him. They have not done anything to him. But other people try. A Southern Cameroonian should have tried that. By the time you and I finish talking, they would already have accused that person of being a key sponsor of Amazoni. But that one is happening right now. Because you have heard very clearly, there is a huge clan in the Bulu Ekambeti clan that say the Nanga will not rule in Paul Biya's place by proxy. They all believe, make no mistake, they all believe that power should not leave the Bulu Ekambeti clan. But they are not all agreed on power staying within the Ekambulu Beti clan within the current dispensation as it is. So this fight is just the start of something more serious. And even right on the ground, there are movements, serious movements. There are stockpiles of weapons everywhere in La République du Cameroon. Stockpiles of weapons. Some has been discovered. But the people who have discovered, they don't have the courage. The authorities don't have the courage to go there. Because they fear that going to want to say we are going to confiscate this stockpile of weapons could be that moment that ignites what they are all afraid of. But the French are clear. They know that it is unavoidable. What has to happen in Cameroon this year will happen. The only people who appear not to know that something is about to happen in that country, that something is already happening in that country, are the bunch of fools, the bunch of idiots calling themselves the political elite of the Southern Cameroons. You see how they are dribbling them like they dribble children, trampling upon them like they trample upon goats. While you see elsewhere, stakeholders are rising and upping the ante and pressing the government, and they're even getting concessions that are palpable, touchable, that are tangible, not mirages like the one they dangle to the people of the Southern Cameroons. The people are clear. It will not be business as usual. That's why you see this old man demonstrating right in front of the Prime Minister's office in La République du Cameroon against any possible or against any Paul Biya candidature. The people are no longer hiding. Musicians are coming out with albums to remind Biya that Cameroon is not a kingdom. This Sunday has happened. The only bloc that is swearing nonsense for Paul Biya are the people of the Southern Cameroons who are members of the CPDM crime syndicate. Those are the most stupid, the most gullible, and the most ridiculous lot right now. Watch this.
Il doit arrêter le poser. Il avait dit ça. Il avait dit quand Emmanuel Macron était ici. Il a dit je ne sais pas si il va me présenter ou je vais aller en Bomaka. Il doit aller en Bomaka. La règle fondamentale de la démocratie, c'est l'alternance au pouvoir qu'on ne vous trompe pas. C'est la première règle. Que Paul Biya aille se reposer. Je n'accepte pas son dossier en tant que parent. Voilà la réalité. Je vous remercie.
So did you hear that? He is unequivocal. He is a one-man army. He is demonstrating in front of the Prime Minister's office right in Yaoundé. Que Paul Biya aille se reposer. he reminds them that the fundamental rule in any democracy is power alternation. And that Paul there himself has said that when he will be old enough, he will go him or retirement in Vomeka. That's why he's saying Paul there needs to go to Vomeka now and stay there because Cameroon is not a kingdom. But you see, he's demonstrating that nobody has done him anything. I'm sure people are wondering, why is it that people are doing this, nobody's doing? Because they don't know what action will spark the flame that will consume Cameroon. So anything, they are watching it now with caution. The other day at Tanga Ponji made a noise. Bo, 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 bo. They should investigate. Abubakar Usman made, they sent something, or an activist SGO was. Where are they with it? Have you heard anything about it? Issa Chiruma Bakari dared them that they should come for him. Because of course they started making noise, oh, the camel crash. The media started, they activated and they said, oh, the camel crash, he embezzled money. He embezzled money at the Ministry of Transport. Oh, he embezzled money at the Ministry of Communication. Oh, he embezzled up, he embezzled down. He said, you have the facts, come for me. He's in Garwa. I'm not sure he has any plans of going back down south anytime soon. He's waiting. Have they gone for him? Same thing with Bello Buba Maigari. They're making noise. Have they gone for him? No. They are cautious. The only person they keep backing behind, woo, 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 is Maurice Kamto. Because they are telling themselves, this stuff I'm about to tell you, that the Bamilikis are so afraid of the gun that you say, bye, they will run and go and stand very far because of what happened to them in the late 1950s. You know, the French with Ahijo, and they taught the Bamilikis a lesson. So they tell themselves that the Bamilikis have not forgotten that lesson, and so they are not a fighting bloc. So they look at the Bamilikis as a leles. They don't also see the Bamilikis seriously as stakeholders. They see them as being in the menu because they say when it comes to arms, they will be lele. But people may be surprised. It's not getting easy. And then look at the kind of ngaput that able-bodied individual in the southern Cameroons who go and be bowing to. That the whole Chief Dr. Dion Ngute who are allowed to be humiliating him over and over to the point where even little children are seeing it that Dion Ngute has been reduced to not only rubber stamp but to rubble. Everyone can see it. That even those nincompoops moving around calling themselves parliamentarians or senators from the southern Cameroons in Yaoundé, that nobody even listens to them. Because they have, from 2017 until this day, since after Honorable Wiba and his club left, they have never succeeded in getting the Parliament of La République du Cameroun to discuss La République du Cameroun's ongoing genocide in the southern Cameroons. The last time I heard someone talk about it was O.C. Joshua, who stood on the ocean and was begging that he thinks it is finally time for La République du Cameroun's parliament to discuss, to just bring the matter, even just discuss, just for the sake of it, about the situation in the southern Cameroons. And that was because O.C. Joshua sensed already that in 2025 he will be putting candidature for president. And so he will need to go to southern Cameroon and deceive people that you see have forced their hands until but they didn't hit. Because they see all of them as not representing anybody. They have no base. A good lot of them, 90% of them have not been, at least 95% of them, have not been to their constituencies. Since they were appointed by Yaoundé as parliamentarians and senators, they have not been to the constituencies. They can't go there. So La République du Cameroon doesn't bother about it, doesn't respect them, because the La République du Cameroon's government knows that those so-called parliamentarians and MPs owe their mandates to the government of La République du Cameroon and not to their people. And so therefore, they have no weight. What they say carries no weight. They are pepper tiger. They can be smashed in any direction at will. And there is nothing any of them can do or say. That's what it is. It is what it is. This is the basic truth. If you are a Southern Cameroon's intellectual sitting in Yaoundé or Douala And then you are there playing, I'm assuring you, you are going to die like a rat. Because all the people from the other regions of La République du Cameroon are aware that the country is going to go up in flames. They are taking measures. People are raising finances and all that and coming together to prepare for that moment. You, what are you doing? You are there playing the nice people, like Victor Julius God said. I said those people of the Southern Cameroons, those little nice people. You are there playing the fools. You are there trusting stupidly and blindly, dying to crumbs. You are the only ones that are going to be taken by surprise. All the other blocks, people are standing. I saw even the people of the littoral came out with a strongly worded communique, some of them, calling on their people to stand with the Manidem party because Maurice Kamto has declared his candidacy for president through Manidem, which is a party that's based in the littoral. Did you hear that? Where are the people, the so-called stupid elite, political elite, members of the CPDM crime syndicate from the Southern Cameroons? Where are they standing? The local population has pleaded with you. Use all kinds of approaches to beg you. Yeah, because a good lot of you have good resumes. A good lot of you have your phone contacts are rich. You go out there on the international scene to fight for your people, you will make that impact. This is exactly what I've been saying to those who can take this message to my brother, Barrister Akere Muna, the venerated man of law. He had a town hall meeting here in Maryland yesterday, but a good lot of us from Southern Cameroons refused to attend because we don't want to find ourselves mixed, unevenly yoked. We have asked that they should tell Akere Muna the people of the Southern Cameroons want to have a meeting with him alone. He and these people of the Southern Cameroons, unless he comforts us in what the citizens of La République du Cameroon are saying, that although he hails from the Southern Cameroons, he is essentially a francophone or a citizen of La République du Cameroon by his functioning. This is the time more than ever before that those who call themselves elite of the Southern Cameroons ought to come together and be asking themselves, how do we strengthen the resolve of our people to make sure we are not left behind when this stupid country flies up into pieces? They are dead daydreaming. My dear people of Ambazonia, this is who they are hanging all their hopes on. This dead walking fellow. Watch.
Paul Biya. Paul.
Look at him. Look at him. He doesn't even seem to know where he's going to. He just knows that people are going towards a certain direction and he's going. You see, he moves. Chantal stops him and tells him, lift up your hand. He does. Huh? More people call this Ndagape a scarecrow. Look at it. That is the person that so-called intellectuals, so-called elites, political elite from Southern Cameroons are pouring all their hopes on and swearing by. Somebody who himself can't even help himself right now because Paul Biya is a hostage right now. At least 90% of the time during the day, he doesn't know where he is. He is at the mercy of Chantal Biya and Ferdinand Gongo. What level of proxy now? First, La République du Cameroun is governing us by proxy for France. Next, inside La République du Cameroun, it was probably now is Ngongo and Chantal who are governing by proxy for Paul Biya, who is governing by proxy for France. Soon there will be another proxy in the middle. Are we not ashamed? Are we not ashamed? How did we get here? Just how did we get here? Folks, this first part was a teaser. Now we are getting ready to get into real business. So, if you are thirsty, like myself, as we take this little break, take a glass of something, chill down, settle back on your chair, and let's get ready for the real business of the day. Here you go. Mambo Peña, Mambo Peña, Mambo Peña, Mambo Peña. Ah, this is so sweet. Don't worry. When we take back our country, we are going to make it a land of milk and honey. Tourism. Tourism will be our number one industry because we have just so much to sell to the rest of the world. So much has been deemed by La République du Cameroon. Yeah, the time is coming. Thank you very much for joining. If you're just joining right now, you're on to the GMA Connections. And so do well to share the link and share as much as possible. Let's get many more people to be part of this broadcast, especially as we're opening this special and most important part of today's broadcast. So, folks, you're welcome back. Take a look at your screen. What you see is a post on the CRTV website by CRTV Web. That's those who are running the CRTV Web. And they say the modern integrated refinery in Kribi, upon completion, will have a capacity of 30,000 barrels per day. It has been described as a strategic response to Cameroon's energy crisis exacerbated by the closure of Sonara in 2019. Listen, folks, I was not obliged to share this particular post on CRTV Web, but why I share it is the message that is involved in there, because some people tend to want to pretend as if they are not getting the message. The message on CRTV Web, the mouthpiece of the government of Cameroon, the Cameroon government propaganda machine, is clear. It says it has been described as a strategic response to Cameroon's energy crisis exacerbated by the closure of Sonara in 2019. So anyone who was thinking that the construction of an ultra-modern refinery in Kribi is only an addition, is a desire to make sure the country should have more than just one refinery, you are clearly informed here that what happened in Kribi was the official funeral ceremony of Sonara. Look at it again. If you didn't get it, read by the second sentence. Because the first sentence says the modern integrated. So modern first is an upgrade on what you had in Sonara. In Kribi, upon completion, will have a capacity of 30,000 barrels per day. It has been described, that's where the news really is. That's where the obituary of Sonara is found. It has been described as a strategic response to Cameroon's energy crisis exacerbated by the closure of Sonara in 2019. So very clearly, so that no one should doubt it, Sonara was officially closed since 2019. Closed. And Kribi is a replacement of Sonara. So like I said in my last broadcast, and some people reached out to me and said that was too strong. Oh, you are just trying to, you're just trying to be so. There's an expression that's so. Oh Lord, the word is coming and going. I don't know why this word is coming and going. I'm just trying to be too pessimistic. That's the word. I'm not trying to be too pessimistic, trying to be a messenger of doom. That no, Sonara, they still have plans of coming to rehabilitate it after the thing. CRTV web, the mouthpiece of the government of La République du Cameroun, is clear and very unambiguous. The language is in English, not in French, so that you don't get confused. That is my translation. It says it has been described as a strategic response to Cameroon's energy crisis exacerbated by the closure of Sonara in 2019. So it is a replacement of Sonara. They killed Sonara in Limbo in 2019. Went and buried Sonara in Kribi. And a few days ago, they did the official funeral in Kribi. That's what they have been doing to our people. They were first of all doing the people. They will capture you, violate even their own laws, their own penal code, their own criminal procedure code that says that if you are arrested and you are arrested because of a crime that you have committed, you should be detained in the area of jurisdiction, in the jurisdiction where the crime is supposed to have been committed. But you capture people in Bamenda that they were demonstrating in Bamenda unlawfully. You carry them to Yaoundé. Capture them in Boya, straight to Yaoundé. Capture them in Cambe, straight to Yaoundé. Capture in Womb, straight to Yaoundé. Because we are a colonial territory. Those laws don't apply to us. The laws apply to the citizens of La République du Cameroun, not to the colonial territory. Not to the territory under colonization. If you've never understood it, let me help you gratuitously with this information. This is something that beats my imagination. That very intelligent people, highly educated people, like Southern Cameroonians, like those who are calling themselves our elite, will sit down and be dribbled like this, like fools. Every day they squeeze you. Every day they are trampling on you. Every day they are ridiculing you. Every day they are making fools of you. You refuse to learn. You don't want to learn. When I come and say it, you say that, oh, he's just using language. That is CRTV saying it. That what happened in Kribi was the official funeral of Sonara. And make no mistake, the burning down of Sonara was on purpose. Because they understood that whether they like it or not, as Honorable Tibonagi told them in a tweet, the people of the Southern Cameroons will end up getting exactly what they want, freedom. It is just a matter of time. And so they know it, and they want to play ahead of time. That's why they set Sonara ablaze. But their hope then was that it was going to be double jeopardy on Southern Cameroons. That while they will set it ablaze and find excuse not to reconstruct it, they will collect money from insurance to go and construct the one that is now being that was now whose foundation stone was laid in Kribi. Although unfortunately it turned out they embezzled the insurance money and never paid and could not get money from insurance, they still took their time to look for the means to go and construct a refinery in Kribi. Where are they getting that money from? From crude oil that is being drilled in the Southern Cameroons. From crude oil being drilled in the Southern Cameroons. They will drill that crude oil. They will pipe it because there was a pipeline already linking Victoria, Limbo to Douala in water, pipeline, through which the oil is transported to Douala. So they don't need to come to construct a new pipeline in the Southern Cameroons. No, John Ngute. They will just extend the pipeline from Douala to Kribi, where they will drill oil in the backwaters of Ndian and Fako, and go and refine it in Kribi. Store it in Kribi, because it's a twin project. Store it in Kribi and start exporting it back to us in the southern Cameroons, in Fako and Dion, and selling it to us more expensive than to themselves. This is what it is. When you make yourself banana, monkeys will eat you. They will take you for a meal. You are there sitting down holding a sinecure title of prime minister, and they are grinding you like they grind pepper on a stone. Look at this. Of course, the French and all not, who did the same thing to Sekou Touré's Guinea, were there to read the epitaph for Sonara. Yeah, that's it. That was the official funeral ceremony for Sonara. They were there to read the epitaph. Here lies Sonara. We had wished to keep it, but because the people want their self-determination, we were forced to kill you and come and bury you here. So rest in peace, Sonara. That is the epitaph. And you find them, these are real people. They are not nincompoops like all those who are calling themselves political elite in the southern Cameroons. They are not nincompoops like Tanga Ponji, not nincompoops like Ngute. Huh? They have heads. Their brains are not like those of they are not jellyfishes like John Ngute, like Fotabetando, like Belamokicha Sakangaringa, like Fu Jonathan, Callistus, Fu Gentry, all of them. They are not numbskulls like you. They have heads. They know that this is their moment, and they are taking advantage of the moment. That's why they are celebrating the death and burial of Sonara. And behind them, they are doing two major projects at once. Two major projects. Ali D. You're doubting what the other project is? This is it. This is the Petroleum Product Storage Company of Kribi. I told you this before and I'm reiterating it. They decided to construct these two because they don't have the littoral region in their game plan in case the Bulu Ekangbeti are not to maintain power in 2025. If they are not maintaining power among the Bulu Ekangbeti in 2025, they are getting ready to create a Beti state made up of the center, south, and east. And so they don't want to have themselves in a situation where they have to depend on the Petroleum Product Storage Company, whose headquarters is currently in Douala. They want to be absolutely independent. They want to have everything. They have all the hydroelectricity dams. As I said, the major ones, Lompanga, Memvele, Mekin. They even have, with Lompanga, they are able to construct about 6 other downstream dams, beginning from Grand Eweng and all of the others. Don't forget, I did a serious documentary on the energy sector in Cameroon before. I found myself, I don't know, they broadcast it for over 3 years, at least running, because there are people to produce real good things for them, like that one. So this is what it is. Huh? This is what it is. So that's why they are excited. Huh? This is Madame Udiki. They are excited. Huh? They are doing all this counting on crude oil that will come from the backwaters of Fako and Dion. And the thing that convinces them that they will have it very easily with no opposition is that they will continue to instrumentalize people like Mbela Moki Charles, Peter Mafani Musonge, and others to say that it is the people, the Grafi people who caused Sonara to be killed and gone and be buried in Kribi. It is those people that we don't like who are our problem. Is because of them that Sonara is gone. Yes, they know. The way they do this, they will come Mbela Moki Charles and say, you see those Grafi people, they are your real problem. They hate you. They are doing everything against you. And Mbela Moki will be, oh, Garinga, those people that we hate. Let the truth be told. Somebody's knee is on the neck of the Southwest. That knee is visible, is public. This is the knee. If Mbela Moki Charles is courageous, let him come out and talk about this knee that is standing on the throat of Fako like this, and everybody is seeing. These are the knees. Where's Mbela Moki Charles? Here they are. Don't say you are not seeing them. Those are the needs. So you come and sit and say, those are the people, those people that we don't like. No. They know that by divide and rule, by using people with little minds, like the Belamokis, like the Peter Mafani Musonges, like all of those haters, they will be able to attain this objective. Because first, they make sure they hit your heads. Next, they make sure they divide you constantly. Again, they make sure there is no constant, that communication doesn't flow between you. But that's why they have held so tight. They have never wanted to construct the Kumbamanfe Highway because they didn't want that kind of communication flow. Because if you leave what they call the Southwest, I want to go to what they call the Northwest. No, you need to pass through La République du Cameroon, several regions of La République du Cameroon, at least two. You pass through the littoral and the west before you get to the northern zone. So that way they keep us apart. They make sure they continue to plant a wedge among us. They make sure they plant suspicion among us against each other, and they make sure they fan it. They fan it seriously. They even use political appointments to exacerbate it. This minute they say, you see those people that are doing everything because they want to take the prime minister's office from you. Boom, you come up. You are boom, boom, boom. What is in that prime minister's office? Zero. Next, when you come and sit there, you see Achidachu was there. You know he helped these people a lot. Peter Mafani Musonge arrives and fires everybody who was not from, who spoke English but who was not from who was not backway, who was not from the party called Southwest. Because that's how it has to be. After they brought the FM in Noniwu, they say, you know, those people hate you. They say, oh. Then after that, they say, you see, those people have fought against, those people have back, they have outwitted you. They give it to Yang. Yang is there. Oh, the people say, no, we have to kill each other seriously. Oh, how can we leave it with the gap? We must take it back. What Ngute, Comrade Ngute, since you became prime minister, show one thing that you have done to the people of the southern zone. Show one. Is there anything? Because you can't even get the road to go to Bogongo. Look at
Kondo Titi Road.
this is the road going to Kondo Titi.
I stopped on the Kondo Titi Road.
This road is the area around Small Ganjo.
Kondo Titi Road.
This video was taken 3 days ago on the 17th of July 2025. This is the road from Small Ganjo. You will be able to get to Bogongo, which is John Ngute's village. John Ngute, how many years have you been there as prime minister? That's the road going to your village, to Bogongo. You can't even achieve it. Look at it. But you are killing each other, backbiting each other. You, those idiots who call yourself the political elite, both from the northern and southern zones, you are the one spreading all of that shit, killing each other. For what? What do you have to show? Nothing. Nothing absolutely to show. This is what motivated this citizen of La République du Cameroon to record this specific message for John Ngute. To tell John Ngute, we citizens of La République du Cameroon, yeah, although we like that they should ridicule the people of the southern Cameroons because they are not part of us, but it has gone too far for you. The humiliation has become too much that we are begging you, just resign and keep a bit of your dignity. Let's follow him.
Monsieur le Premier ministre, Monsieur John Ngute, je suis Maestro, fils de la nation, digne fils du Mbamekim. J'aimerais, dans cette capsule, vous faire quelques petites remarques. Vous êtes le Premier ministre, chef du gouvernement. Mais je pense qu'en tant que Premier ministre, chef du gouvernement dans la République du Cameroun, sous le gouvernement de Paul Biya, vous n'êtes pas respecté. Et à cela, il faudrait vraiment que vous posez votre démission.
Did you hear that? This guy speaking, he's from the Bulu Ekambeti clan because he's from the center. He says he's from Mbam and Kim. From the Mbam and Kim. And now he's telling John Ngute, you are prime minister, supposedly head of government, but the way you are being treated, they don't respect even 1 inch. The level of ridicule on you is so horrible that I, a proud son of the Mbaman king, am urging you to resign. To keep at least some level of dignity for yourself. Look at something, folks. That is, they have spoken about it in all kinds of ways. In all kinds of ways. In all kinds of ways. We have refused to listen. Before I come back to that gentleman, listen to Albert Ebene, the former director of the Judicial Police of La République du Cameroon. Listen to what he says to this stupid, senseless, lost souls calling themselves members of the CPDM crime syndicate from the southern Cameroons. Hear him.
Et puis quand même. Oui, les anglophones, Biya a toujours considéré les anglophones comme les sous-hommes. Les anglophones ne comptent pas beaucoup pour Biya.
Did you hear that? That Biya has always considered the anglophones, as they are calling us, as subhumans. Is it me saying it? It's not me saying it. My dear people of Ambazonia, are you hearing? Are you listening? Are you disgusted by this? Does this make you feel like throwing up? Does this cause you to lose appetite? Does this wound your self-pride? Stand up and fight. Stand up and do something. Rise up and do something. If you cannot go there and resist like our brave civilian population are doing, contribute money, let us help them. Look down there. Use either Zelle or PayPal. And then you can send it to amberrelief2018@gmail.com. Or send to any other group that is raising funds and you are certain they are making the money serve the purpose for which it is intended. If this hurts you, arise and in holy anger, do something. If this shocks you, that they are telling you that the people of La République du Cameroun, through their leader Paul Biya, are seeing you as a subhuman. This is not me saying it. This is a citizen of La République du Cameroun, not just anyone. He was director of Judicial Police. That's the big branch, the biggest branch of the Cameroon Police Corps. He's the one saying it. Hear him again.
C'est pour cela même que ses collaborateurs peuvent les mépriser. La preuve, vous voyez ce qu'est le Premier ministre du Cameroun. Quel rôle joue le Premier ministre? Et c'est pour ça que moi je vais dire aux anglophones, a first fool is not a fool. A second fool, you become foolish.
Did you hear that? That is a citizen of La République du Cameroon talking to you and me in this context. You see, he says the same thing about John Ngute. They call you prime minister. What role are you playing? How is it helping the people of Dion? How is it helping the people of Fako? How is it helping the people of Meza? Oh, okay, no. Oh, they say I should know. Mbelamoki tell me, don't call Meza, don't call Meza. Those are the people we don't like. How is it helping the people of Meme? How is it helping the people of Kupeng Wanenguba? How? Tell me. How is it helping the people of Bogongo village in Ekondo Titi? But that is where oil is being drilled. It is the money from the oil that they are drilling from there that Adolphe Mudiki, his wife, Chantal Biya, Ngongo, and the others are living lustrous lives. All you do is go betray your people for 30 silver, for 30 pieces of silver. 30. If they're even up to 30. John Ngute, history will retain it that you were the most humiliated human being in La République du Cameroon system. History will retain it. But you can buy yourself some dignity by resigning even just few days to an election. And claim that you resign because there's an election. If you are afraid that this will fall on you. John Ngute even divorced his wife and married a Betty woman, hoping that will even help them consider him now not just a subhuman, not just half of a human being, but maybe 3/4 plus. It has not helped. Dion, it has not helped. You recall that the one that Christophe and Sarlai married before too, for the same purposes, even slapped the duo of Jakiri because they didn't do enough to please the Betty clan with elections. What have we done to you all? These old fools. This is the main reason I brought this citation here today. This is the reason I brought this citation here today. That don't listen to every elder's advice. Even fools grow old. All those members of the CPDM crime syndicate are fools that have grown old. Growing old is a process, but growing wise is a choice. They have all chosen stupidity. That's what they have chosen. Stupidity. And that stupidity today is their lot. That's what they are grappling with. So here, but they tell the people of the southern Cameroons that from the phone I tell you, first fool is not a fool. But second fool, you are actually foolish. You go and sit there. Oh, I will not contribute with that thing. Hey, those graffiti people. Oh, I will not contribute with that thing. Ah, that Bakwiri people them. They worry. I will not contribute with that thing. Ah, that Bakwiri people, they don't like us. I will not. Shut up, my friend. Allow me to use this pulpit to tell you, shut up. Arise and do the needful. Do something. When we take back our country, we will run it like they run the United States of America. It will be a federal system. You will be in your state. The other people will be in their states. And people will meet at federal level. The fallacy that I tell you, oh, some people are riding because they want to come and take your resources and all of those things. Look at Tanzania. I was looking at the news. They said Tanzania, right now, the greatest source of their income is tourism. It's not oil. No, it's not oil. Even a lot of countries that have oil, the greatest source of their income is not oil today. It's tourism. And for tourist potential, we have it all over Amazonia. All over. Just develop it. Food crops, we have food beyond imagination. That northern zone or that Graffiti land that they say is arid land, that is the bread basket of the entire country in terms of food. I've never heard anybody traveling to Bamenda and buying food to take to Bamenda. But everybody who lives Bamenda is buying food to carry to every other part of the country. They come and deceive you. That those people have nothing. No, sorry. All of Amazonia is a land of milk and honey. We must outgrow these petty differences that are being used by the enemy to divide also they can better rule us, so they can better keep us into slavery and servitude. The disgrace that John Ngute is gathering is not just for himself, it's for all of us. That is, they have taken too much. That even among them, they are beginning to say, no, but we have exaggerated. Come on now, we have exaggerated. Let's continue with this young man.
Le peuple anglophone est un peuple respectable. J'ai côtoyé ce peuple et je n'arrive pas à comprendre pourquoi jusqu'à aujourd'hui vous êtes toujours dans ce gouvernement qui vous méprise, qui vous maltraite. Un gouvernement qui ne vous prend pas à votre juste valeur.
Did you hear that? This gentleman says he has had contact with a lot of Southern Cameroonians. He has interacted with a lot of Southern Cameroonians. And he knows that there are people who are proud of themselves, there are people full of dignity, and there are people who have an idea who they are. But he doesn't understand where John Ngute comes from. He doesn't understand what crop John Ngute is made up of. That despite the humiliation, despite the torture, despite the tinification, John Ngute, you're not resigning. You can't save even the last piece of your dignity. The guy says, I don't understand. If you are truly Anglo-Saxon, if you are truly a son of the Southern Cameroons, a chief even again for that matter, what this guy is saying is beginning to make some of us start wondering, truly like that, is he really a drop of water of Southern Cameroon's origin? Or some fishy thing happened somewhere and find himself in our midst? That's the question this man is asking himself. And let it not be like that his mother must have passed somewhere and, loitered around somebody from La République du Cameroon, and then he became now that this mistake of nature. This is what this guy is even almost insinuating. Because he doesn't understand that the people of the Southern Cameroons are people who basically have a lot of dignity. They can see from the fight that was been putting up since 2017, a people who know their rights, a people who have self-esteem, a people who have a good idea of their self-worth. But he doesn't understand where this one is coming from. That despite all this shit that they are spraying on him, Bongo has smashed him onto, Chantal has pooped over his face onto, they have made him, no. The greatest of all the humiliations on John Ngute is what I want to really bring here now so you hear. Because I'll be saying this, some people say that, oh, Bakuro, you are just blowing the thing and all of those things. No. The greatest humiliation on John Ngute is found in this statement. Listen. When word was going wild that La République du Cameroon officials were planning to construct a new refinery in Kribi to replace the one in Limbo, John Ngute had the guts to say that that was not true. John Ngute was speaking in Boya. When they asked him this, and that was on the 31st of May, just 2 months ago. May, June, we're in July. 2 months ago. How else can they make somebody look like a lunatic? 2 months ago. Is it full 2 months? Yes. It was on the 31st of May, so literally the 1st of June. So less than 2 months ago. 1 month, 2 weeks ago. That should just tell you how much John Ngute has no clue what is going on in that country. That less than 2 months ago, they told John Ngute that we have heard that instead of reconstructing Sonara, they are planning to rather go and build a new oil refinery in Kribi. And John Ngute said this on the 31st of May during a Southwest CPDM elite meeting in Boya. He dismissed the report completely and he said these words, I'm reading his words. Anybody who tells you that it's a new refinery going to be done in Kribi is lying. That's what John Ngute said. And he said, because 80% of the crude comes from the backwaters of Fako and Dion. 80% of the crude comes from the backwaters of Fako and Dion. The transport cost will be enormous if you have to take it to Kribi. So technically, it is impossible. That was John Ngute. That was John Ngute speaking on the 31st of May. 31st of May 2025. Not 2024. 31st of May 2025. 2 days ago, what happened? 2 days ago, what happened? CRTV Web. The government's propaganda machine said the ultra-modern refinery in Kribi upon completion would have a capacity of 30,000 barrels per day. It has been described as a strategic response to Cameroon's energy crisis exacerbated by the closure of Sonara in 2019. Official closure of Sonara in 2019. What more evidence does John Ngute want to get to understand that he is an inside-outsider in that government? He has no clue. What message again will he take to the people? What will he tell them again? All he knows is to be sent to go and say, do everything to fight the ghost towns. That's what he has been reduced to, John Ngute. Let's hear again.
Vous êtes le responsable de l'État du Cameroun à l'absence du président de la République, son Excellence Paul Biya. Monsieur le Premier ministre, il est temps pour vous en ce moment de démissionner. Les responsabilités qui pèsent sur vous sont les responsabilités d'assumer l'État du Cameroun à l'absence du chef de l'État. Et il
You
est...
hear that? Say, it is time for you to resign. Because you are actually supposed to be the one in the executive sitting in for the president of the republic when he's not there. But it is the secretary general of the presidency. And that is public. That is blatant. That is so humiliating. Dion Ngute. Dion Ngute, this is the road going to Bogongo. This is the road going to your village. Dion
Stop on
Ngute.
Kondo Titi Road.
Dion Ngute, this is the road going to Ekondo Titi. Dion Ngute, this is the road going to where they will be drilling 80%
Stop there. This
of the crude oil that they will now transfer by pipe
might be leaving
through water to go and refine in Kribi. You are Prime Minister Dion Ngute. On the 31st of May, you told us that it's a lie. This kind of thing cannot happen. Dion Ngute, you told us that anybody who tells you that it's a new refinery going to be done in Kribi is lying. Dion Ngute, finally, they have turned you into a liar. So publicly a liar. They have done it again to you, Dion Ngute. They have hit the final nails on your coffin. Huh? Dion Ngute, you said because 80% of the crude oil comes from the backwaters of Fako and Dion, the transport cost will be enormous if you have to take it to Kribi. So technically it is impossible. Now they have shown you that it is possible. Dion Ngute. Okay, let's continue with the young man.
hors de question que les missions dans lesquelles nous attendions que vous soyez là, vous n'êtes jamais à cette mission. Et le secrétaire général de la présidence a tout avalé, il a mis dans son ventre et vous n'êtes que là comme un figurant. Ce n'est pas une insulte, monsieur John Ngute, mais c'est une remarque en tant qu'un digne fils du Cameroun. Le conseil que je vous donnerai, monsieur John Ngute, démissionnez de ce gouvernement. Parce que ils feront tout et ils vont mettre sur votre tête parce que vous êtes le premier ministre chef du gouvernement. Rappelez vous-même, dans le passé, il y a eu beaucoup de dossiers de la sorte. On ne vous a jamais...
Can you hear that? He just says things are flying on your head, flying on your head, flying on your head. But if something's happening, they will say, let them ask the Prime Minister. The last time was Abezongan here saying, Premier ministre, c'est quoi? Est-ce qu'il y a un Premier ministre dans ce pays? Il y a juste un monsieur là. There is no Prime Minister in this country. There's just some lunatic placed there that if they say minister should come up, he should come first. Oi! Does Dion Ngute have children? Does Dion Ngute have family members? Please advise him to save his dignity. Let him save us from this ridicule. It's too much. These are even citizens of the Republic of Cameroon, Dion Ngute, now spitting into your eyes, reminding you that key files have passed, key dossiers have been manipulated, that they expected to see you as Prime Minister right to the occasion. You are nowhere to be found. Sure, you have read all the newspapers in Cameroon, you cannot have more to read even. Sitting in the office reading, so maybe smoking cigarette, maybe you have even already become a drunk as a result of this. Dion Ngute has definitely reached a place where he needs a community support case worker. Perhaps that place where he needs psychiatric attention. Because I'm sure he has acute mental health problems right now. Dion Ngute, save your image and save us. Get out of this. Stand for what is right. There is still time. You still have a few weeks before that country goes into an implosion and drown you, your image, and your legacy alone. You still have time. You still have a few weeks to do the right thing. You still have a few weeks to listen to those who are telling you. If you can't listen to us, listen at least to the citizens of la République du Cameroun.
Jamais vu, on ne vous respecte pas. 3 personnes ont pris le chef de l'État en otage. Je suis sûr et je parie que même vous, monsieur John Ngute, vous n'avez pas vu le chef de l'État depuis au moins 5 ans. Alors...
Can you hear that? They're reminding him that 3 people have taken Paul Biya hostage. And he's saying that I'm sure that even you, Dion Ngute, it should be a long time since you last saw Paul Biya, the Prime Minister. Though the regulation says you should see the President of the Republic 2 times a week. What are you doing there? Admiring the walls? Or is it just that big limousine or that big Mercedes that you drive and then the woman say, Monsieur le Premier Ministre, and all of those things. Save your honor, buddy. Save your honor, buddy. Save your honor. See, it has become so shouting that even children in the Republic of Cameroon have taken note. Children have taken note. Vondo Ayolo, Chantal Bia, Ngongo have pooped on your head until it's thinking. The stench of it has become so strong that even children in the streets of the Republic of Cameroon have taken note.
Démissionner de ce gouvernement. Il est temps. Le peuple qui a la décision finale va décider et saura juger le moment venu. Vous n'êtes pas respecté dans ce gouvernement et on est en train de tout faire pour mettre à votre compte afin que demain vous puissiez être poursuivi. Pourtant, vous n'avez peut-être rien touché. Pourtant, peut-être vous n'êtes pas coupable de tout ce qui se passe. Mais il est temps pour vous de faire union avec le peuple. Déposer ce gouvernement. Vous êtes un digne fils du sud-ouest ou du nord-ouest. Alors, pour l'honneur de nos frères anglophones qui meurent nuit et jour parce
Did you hear that? This is the part that hurt me the most. He tells John Ngute that in honor of your own brothers in what he calls Northwest and Southwest, who are dying every day, resign. If not even for your own sake, resign in honor of your brethren who are being smashed every day like ants. Oh my goodness. John Ngute, history can still be quite kind to you if you do the needful. But if you want to stay like the proverbial fly that follows the corpse into the grave and gets buried with it, then so be it. What will happen will happen. And it's only weeks. Weeks. Only weeks.
Un individu a décidé de faire leur peau. Un individu a décidé de prendre des décisions qui ne sont pas sensées, qui ne sont pas authentiques, qui ne sont pas souveraines. Alors, monsieur John Ngute, je suis maestro fils de la nation, démissionné de ce gouvernement. Merci.
Yeah. The submission is clear. And now, the call to drop out is not only to John Ngute. It's not directed only to John Ngute. There's another person calling on other Southern Cameroonians also be stupid to do the same thing. In the meantime, La République du Cameroon continues to ridicule us to levels never before known. Look at this other one. Say the Ministry of Water and Energy has signed a deal to construct a hydroelectric dam on the Manu River in the southwest region. I say in view of this, blah, 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 Elundu, whatever, all what you read there, it ends up simply by telling you that feasibility studies, the deal has been signed for feasibility studies. And it's saying who Obene Funde. Obene Funde is a son of Manu. The other one, where they say the deep sea port in Limbo will be constructed on build, operate, and transfer basis, and they have just signed a contract. They don't tell you that one is still feasibility studies, but it is still feasibility studies too. With a Turkish company, I'm still coming to that. But this is another point of ridicule. This is another insult. Serious insult for Tebetande. Where are you? It's Obeno Funde. Obeno Funde, since he left Pamol, he's not had enough food to eat somewhere. So they call him to do this drama. Why they call him for mise en scène? She come and sit there, they say, oh, they are signing a contract to carry out feasibility studies. But they announce that's for the construction already of a dam. The same game. The very same game. The same divide and rule game. The same game of confusion. The same drama. The same marriage. Paul Biya had to personally supervise the Bamenda Ring Road. Until today, we have not heard about anything. They say they are doing it in patches, instrumentally. They did not construct a deep sea port in Limbo in Kribi, instrumentally. They are not constructing an ultramodern refinery in Kribi, instrumentally. They are constructing even alongside with a petroleum product storage company at once, not instrumentally. Look at the ridicule. Look at the shame. Disgusting. Very disgusting. Why all this is going on? Sons and daughters of the southern Cameroons are wearing like the Cameroon military uniform, coming out to the field and killing their brothers and sisters, even participating in raping their mothers, their wives, their children, and their sisters who are fighting for freedom, to free even them. You talk about deep sea port in Sonara. I told you that the build, operate, and transfer means you might not own it even for at least 99 years, because I finally found out, and they told me it's 99 years. The same kind of thing that John Magufuli met in Tanzania and said this thing will not fly, and attracted the wrath of the Chinese and all not. They had to renegotiate those contracts because they said this was madness, that this was horrible. This was mortgaging our entire country to a foreign country. That's what they are giving in Limbo. Build, operate, and transfer. If it's even constructed, it will be owned for 99 years by the Turkish. 99 years. That is what we deserve. That's not what they did with the creepy deep sea port. That's not what they are doing with the oil refinery and petroleum product storage company. No. 99 years. What is even that deep sea? What is even the import of that deep sea port? They construct that deep sea port, now what will it serve? Because one, all the countries in the sub-region that would have needed that deep sea port, they have found other solutions. Someone even put that comment on the chat. There's a seaport in Douala. There is one in Kribi. They want to import their things. They will not import them there. They will want to come and import them, but in Limbo. We don't need it from them. Because at the opportune moment, we will construct for ourselves a deep sea port to the level that will represent what we want, and not on build, operate, and transfer manner. We will not invite a foreign country to come and recolonize us, to come and reap us, to come and reap us from our resources. That's not going to happen. It will not happen. We can't let that happen. And that is why Ebenehir, Abe Ebenehir, says this to the men and women in uniform in serving like people to Cameroon who are from Southern Cameroon's extraction. That's this what that former director of the judicial police in the Republic of Cameroon, a son of the center, south, and east, is Bulu Ekambeti Ebene from the center, specifically from Leke. Hear him.
Et moi, j'en veux particulièrement aux hommes en tenue anglophone. Parce que on ne peut pas vous donner les armes, on dit tuez vos parents, tuez vos mères, brûlez vos villages. Parce que la tendance aujourd'hui est à recruter les hommes en tenue du nord-ouest et du nord-ouest qu'on envoie au sud-ouest, et les hommes en tenue du sud-ouest qu'on envoie au nord-ouest pour faire le sale boulot.
Can you hear that? The same divide and rule that I'm talking about. That's how they do. They turn Mbelamoki and others against his brothers. Turn Atanga Ponji, turn Ngalaje and others against their brothers and sisters of the southern zone. And then, so that we'll be hitting our head and say, oh, this one, no, they gave us a raw deal. You ask for that, what was the content of that raw deal? Nobody tells you. Oh, well, when the days of Southern Cameroon, I've researched until the days of Southern Cameroon, saw that the governments formed were so balanced that nobody can point it at the view from the level of those governments. Oh, they gave us a very raw deal. You don't understand. It is like people in Cameroon that sows those seeds so that we'll be killing each other, fighting each other while they loot. Can Mbelamoki stand up and open his mouth now with what has happened to Sonara? He can't talk. He can't talk. Mbelamoki cannot talk. Can Musonge talk? He can't. For Tabetando, can you talk? No, you can't. I'm sure the one person who can even muster courage to say a thing will be Chief Atem Ebako. Can the others talk? No. Now you heard Abe Ebene. They will take soldiers who are from Southwest extraction, as they call it, sent to what they call Northwest. And then take those who are from Northwest extraction, as they call it, sent to the place they call Southwest. So that here, because of the hatred that are already planted, you will kill as if these people are not my people. I need to deal with them. These people, I will deal. That's what they do. And the Benin has a final word for them.
Il suffit que le peuple anglophone, on ne vous envoie pas de prendre les armes. Il suffit que les hommes en tenue anglophone, policiers, militaires, gendarmes, qu'ils déposent leurs tenues et leurs armes. Et moi, j'en veux pas.
All they need to do, you are of Southern Cameroon's extraction. You are in the military of the Republic du Cameroon. You are gendarme, police. Drop your weapon. Join the people who are fighting for freedom. Do the needful. And we get a free country. And you will become the pioneers. You will become the heroes. Not me Bakro here on the microphone. No, you will become the heroes. Folks, we are getting towards the end of this broadcast. I know today was incredibly long, but it has to be because there is so much we need to be talking about. Let's listen to Emmanuel Dion serving a serious lesson to these Sangobinatans calling themselves political elite from the Southern Cameroons. And then we will wrap up.
No problem. Because even those who manage to summon the courage to go and register, they still tell you, are we very sure that this election shall be free, fair, and transparent? Because we know that in our culture, we have frauded so much that if you tell somebody that this paper is white, and the person doesn't touch it with his or her hand, he will be afraid that you are telling a lie. I want to react to what Honorable said a while ago. When you say a republic is a republic because there are rules and regulations and there are laws, I agree with you. But who are the first lawbreakers in this country? Is it not you people of the CBDF? Including you people of the MPs? Let me just give you one.
Yes.
At the height of coronavirus in Cameroon, when it was forbidden from anybody to enter the country without putting a face mask, your National Assembly president ran away from a sick bed in France, broke all the rules and regulations of the coronavirus to come back and maintain his position. I think you will not say no to this. He's not alone. That is the head of the house that is supposed to assure that all rules, all laws are voted in the country, and that when they are promulgated, they to be put to practice. Honorable, sometimes we should be ashamed. Sometimes I even ask myself, why you people even go there? That house should be dissolved, because it is from there that all roads in this country are being broken. The lawbreakers in this country are all coming from you. Let me give you another example. Another simple example that everybody is aware. You people say we are in a democracy and that the constitution previews that everybody has the right to vie for a political post in Cameroon. We have politicians in this country who cannot stand and hold rallies. You people will say they have not obtained declaration, whereas every day you hold rallies without declaration. The recent case of come back from France is still alive, it's still in our memory. So you cannot come here, you tell us how people are taking law. Taking to the context of Northwest and Southwest, who shot the first bullet? Was it the government or the Amber? Before 2017, was there anything known as Amber? Because me, I had never heard of anything called Amber. You people are the one who brought the name Amber. The first bullet came from the government forces. One, I am not sure that the atrocities at Ngabu came from the Amber boys. I am not sure that Kwakwa that was razed to ashes by government forces came from the Amber boys. So at times, with our good conscience, let's be sincere when we are talking to Cameroonians. We should not take Cameroonians. We have taken Cameroonians for fools for 43 years. Is it not enough for another? Is it not enough? 43 years of taking us as fools, as sheep goats. Is it not enough? So sometimes you are a father, you are a husband, you are a statesman. Let history remember you that at least for once on Equinox War, you spoke the truth. And that you stood for the people. And that you did not come here to defend your position as an MP in a National Assembly. The same National Assembly that has refused to talk about burning issues in a country, blocked by your own National Assembly president. When Wiba was chased out of the National Assembly, it was simply because he stood up as one man to cry that my people are dying there. Where was the rule of law?
No.
It is time for us to talk to ourselves, Honorable. No. Let's be sincere. People have died enough. Except you people want that people should continue dying. And like my co-panelist Gabriel said a while ago, you people are the sole beneficiaries. The two governors of the Northwest and Southwest were supposed to be on retirement. You are aware. They are being prolonged because the war started with them. And somehow in international law, you don't remove administrators in war region. So when you look at it, and then when you look at the MPs that are there,
yeah, this is a massive lesson to the people like Agbobala and the so-called political elite and all of those things. What they're moving around making noise, elections. You see, he's reminding them right there that even those who are calling themselves parliamentarians, for 8 years, they have never succeeded to get the parliament of La République du Cameroun to talk about the killing of the people they claim to represent. Disgusting. Let's close with him.
No.
Okay, we're having some technical issues with that clip right there. So we'll let it be there. And thank you very much, Mr. Ndiwum Emmanuel, for your contribution. And so before I conclude this discussion, let's close with Martin Luther King Jr., who says, in the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. And those of you who are still moving around and playing this dirty game, helping La République du Cameroon, you have only weeks to come back home. Weeks to come back to your senses. Weeks before you get so brutally corrected that you will get crushed in La République du Cameroon and you don't have where to go. Because a good lot of you have been living in La République du Cameroon as your safe haven. You are seeing that Western visas are becoming very complicated. So you may never have where to run to. You have weeks to do the needful, to join the people of the Southern Cameroons, the 98.9% of the population that have decided that enough of this nonsense with La République du Cameroon. Because in the end, we will not be remembering the insults we got from the people of La République du Cameroon who have dignified us and described us as Biafrans, as subhumans, as everything. The only thing we will recall will be the silence of those who were supposed to be with us, stand with us, at least stand, even just make statements to encourage and to support us, but who decided to stay mute. Time is not on your side. It is important to do the needful. Time is not on your side. Do the needful. I want to thank each and every one of you who was part of this broadcast. Thank you for your very kind attention. Thank you for sharing the link as much as you have done. And again, continue to share the link. Let's get many more people to subscribe to this channel. Let's continue this campaign for information, communication, and sensitization. And let's keep contributing as feverishly as we can to move our liberation movement forward. To God be all the glory. Thank you very much for your kind attention.